Hey everybody, it's Literary Lori, and it is true. I am going to Ghana to live in a library. Stick around and I'll tell you all about it. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori L. Tharps. I am a traditionally published author who writes both fiction and nonfiction, and this is my channel that I started because I wanted to document my global literary life. So, yes, it is true. I am going to Ghana to live in a library. Let me back up and explain, all right? So I actually won a residency sponsored by the Library of Africa and the African Diaspora. The Library of Africa and the African Diaspora, if you haven't heard of it, is what they called a private library with a public mission. And that mission is to decolonize the literary canon, to showcase more authors of African descent so that when we talk about great literature, we're not only talking about white authors, we're not only talking about Western authors. And so they do this, their mission to decolonize the literary canon. Part of the way they do that is by offering these residencies. So they have several different residencies. They have some short-term ones, but the one that I won is one that brings writers from all over the world, from anybody who identifies as a member of the African diaspora, and they bring them to the library in Ghana to write for an entire month. So only 10 people were selected, and they are coming again from all over the world, and we get to work on our individual writing practices or our individual writing projects, but we also get to be in community with one another so that we might network and communicate so that we can build bigger bridges between our work. So when I'm there are going to be writers, I believe, from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Ghana, I believe someone from the Caribbean, I think from the Trinidad as well. So of the 10 of us, we go in two groups. So group one, we're 5 in March, and another group goes in April, another group of 5. So we'll be writing, we'll be workshopping our work with one another, and we'll be just, in community with one another so that we can build these bridges and, see how we can't support one another. I am super excited about that because that is actually the reason I moved to Spain from the United States. So if you don't know my story, basically I was a traditionally published author. I was a journalist. I worked in academia. I was a tenured professor at Temple University. And in 2021, I was like, I want to do something different. And I moved to the south of Spain. And I moved to the south of Spain specifically because I wanted to focus on creative writing. I didn't want to be an academic writer. I didn't want to continue writing just nonfiction and journalism. I really wanted to spread my wings and go back to my first love, which was fiction. I want to be a novelist. And so I said I can do that by, leaving the United States and have a different lifestyle here in Spain. But I didn't just want to focus on my own creative writing. I consider myself an activist. I consider myself a person who works to better the quality of life and justice for Black Americans and other people of color from marginalized communities. And I used to do that work, in kind of traditional ways in the United States, mostly through my writing about race and racism. But I wanted to change that. I wanted to change that paradigm. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to expand my literary activism, if you will, by uplifting other writers of color, helping them tell their stories, and to continue to tell my stories, with the founding belief that writing and storytelling will change the world. That fiction particularly increases empathy in people. So if more people of color, particularly women writers, get to tell their stories, then that just has ripple effects on the way the world works. So anyway, I'm moving to Spain. I'm going to dedicate myself to creative writing and storytelling and being a global literary citizen. I want to see beyond just the writers from the United States. So winning this residency in Ghana was like validation that I can do, like that what I came here to do, like how I want to live my life moving forward, is possible, because now I get to go to Africa, to Ghana specifically, and interact with the incredible writing that's happening on the continent. The New York Times, by the way, just wrote an article about the flourishing of the publishing industry in Africa right now. So it's super exciting that I get to go now. But yeah, so this residency for me is like, it's a dream come true. And again, it's validation that I can be a global literary citizen, that the work I'm doing can be part of a bigger picture of decolonizing our literature and changing the way people think about, who are the greats and what is the writing that's worth reading and sharing and disseminating throughout the world. So that's the big picture. Now, why am I living in the library? Let's talk about the fun part now. Okay, the fun part. So the residency, we writers get to live in the library. Yes, we are going to live in the library. They had me at hello, right? They had me at you won the residency. But then when they said you get to actually live in the library, I was like, stop. For reals? Really? Don't tempt me. Don't tease me. Yes, we get to live in the library. Now, granted, the library was actually a house first. It was a house that was converted into a library. So it's set up to have, bedrooms and kitchen and everything like that. But still, we get to live in the library. I mean, to me, like I can't even tell you how excited I am. Not only do I get to be in community with other writers from the African diaspora, I get to spend a whole month working on my new novel, but I'm gonna live with the books. As a person, I hope some of you watching understand the excitement of living in a library. I practically was raised in a library, because when my parents couldn't afford to send me to like summer camps or summer programs, they would be like, go entertain yourself. I would just take my little butt to the public library and spend all summer long in the library. Like, the library is my happy place, and I get to live in one in Ghana for a month. I'm so excited. So I wanted to share that information with you guys. I wanted to talk about this residency, talk about this opportunity, because the reason I started this YouTube channel was because I wanted to document my global literary life. What does that look like? What does it entail? I didn't know I was going to win a residency and get to go live in a library in Ghana, but hey, this is exactly why I have this channel, to show what a global literary life can look like, particularly for a writer who is Black, who's Black American, because I want, the literary life to be more colorful. I want the representation of a literary life to be more colorful. So let me just tell you really quickly the things I'm most looking forward to in this trip upcoming. So one, I am very excited, like I said, that I get to live in a library. Two, I'm just looking at my notes down here. That's why you see me looking down. Two, this is going to be my first time in Ghana, my first time in sub-Saharan Africa. I've been to Morocco multiple times, but I've never been below Morocco. So I'm very excited about that. According to my, ancestry information, I do have some Ghanaian, ancestry, but I think every Black American supposedly does, because we all left from the same spot. But still, I am excited for that. I'm also excited because I heard Idris Elba is gonna spend some time in Ghana and is building a movie studio there. So if we bump into each other, I'd be totally cool with that. Call me Idris. And obviously I'm just super excited about experience Ghanaian culture as well. There's a lot of parts of the culture that excite me that, I'm just really, really interested in experiencing. So I wanted to keep this particular episode short. I'm already coming up on 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm excited. But really, I want to keep documenting this experience as I get ready to go. I still have to get my visa, get vaccines, all the stuff to get ready. And then I'm going to be gone in March. So I want to use this channel to document the process, to share with you guys, see how it's going, and to, have something that I can look back at as well about this experience. This is my first international residency. I have had residencies in the past, and I will leave information about the Library of Africa and the African Diaspora in the description below. So if other writers are watching this and you guys want to do a residency in Ghana, you can check it out. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I appreciate you guys coming to the channel. Subscribe if you want to, keep up with my Ghana adventures. I will keep adding those updates here on the channel. All right, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, whatever, and I'll see you in the next video.